Real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk with Tim McGee.
And the suspect live here. It's so horrific and heartbreaking. Police say they've never dealt with a case like this before.
They were great kids. Uh, if anyone had known them, they would have known that. If anyone had known them, they would have loved them.
A senseless crime inside this Muskogee home early Tuesday morning.
It's hard right now.
Raven Anderson talking to News 4 over the phone from a Tulsa hospital where her sister Brittany is battling critical gunshot wounds.
The doctor said that she has bleeding on her brain. They're just trying to get the swelling and everything to go down.
Brittany's 5 children, ages 2 to 9, killed. A 7th victim, a man, also dead.
It never is easy to talk about these kind of stories. It's difficult. We're concerned about our officers.
Police say officers responded to the home just after 1:30 after a call to 911.
It was a call stating that there had been people shot inside the residence.
When they arrived, this man, Jaron Dijon Pridgen, was leaving the house with a gun in hand. He led officers on a short chase on foot before he was taken into custody.
All of the people involved did live in that home when the shooting took place.
While police can't confirm Pridgen's exact relation to the victims at this time, Raven tells News 4 he's the father of some of the children.
It's heartbreaking.
I'm shocked, and you can't comprehend what's going on. You just can't.
A dark day for the Muskogee community and for the family of these young lives taken too soon. They're mourning while watching Brittany fight for her life.
We're trying to get through it. We're trying to be here for her, be strong for her.
In Muskogee, Jessica Bruno, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Jess, thank you. Pridgen has some prior charges, including assault and battery and obstructing an officer from back in 2019. Police still working to determine the motive in this case. And of course, we'll keep you posted.
Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Tim McGee. Today we have another sad story. A 25-year-old Oklahoma man by the name of Jaron Pidgeon shot and killed his 25-year-old brother. Yes, you heard it right. Another home massacre where someone kills their family members. I don't get it. But 25-year-old Jaron Pidgeon shot his 24-year-old brother and killed him. Shot his 24-year-old brother's girlfriend. She's in the hospital fighting for her life. And then he shot and killed 5 kids, all of them 9 years old or under. 5 children, none of them over 10. And apparently 3 of the kids was his nieces and nephew, and 2 of the kids was his own kids. So that sounds like a mental breakdown. It's one thing for you to get into it with your brother. That's crazy too, but to get into it with your brother, and then you shoot him and his woman and their kids, but then he took it further and shot 3 of his kids. And there were also 3 other kids that were in the house that was unharmed. So I'm waiting for more information to come out about that and why they got into it and who were the kids was the relationship. Because you would think that if you're going to kill your brother's kids and your kids, you're going to kill the rest of the kids that's in the house. I'm glad he didn't. Any lives lost is tragedy. You know, these little kids, they're little kids, man. Can you imagine the scene when the detectives and the paramedics arrived to the house to find 5 dead kids? Actually, 40 kids were dead at the scene. The 5th child died at the hospital, but the dad and the 4 kids were dead in the house. And the police actually arrived to the scene when Jaron, the shooting suspect, was leaving the premises, and they saw a gun in his hand. So police shot at him and didn't hit him, shot at him one time, and then he was apprehended. Okay, let's have some real talk. This is crazy once again. I'm convinced that the black community is suffering from PSTD. I think that's how you say it, PSTD. You know, that shit that I thought you only get when you come back from the military. But I found out talking to my doctor that PSTD is not something that people just get from war. You can get post-traumatic trauma syndrome based on just having traumatic things in life, whether you've been shot or witnessed people shot or lost people violently, or there are so many reasons why black people are walking around here straight up mental patients because of all the trauma that they've had to endure. You have to be a little bit out of your mind or ready to explode for you to kill your own blood. I mean, I just did a story 2 days ago about a 17-year-old who killed his whole family. And then you got this copycat, you know, he had heard of the story, and he turns around and go and kills his whole entire family. I mean, that's crazy. And they all lived in the same house, so him and his brother must have got into it. I tell you, man, this shutdown and this COVA, it's got a lot of people going crazy. Domestic violence is up. Home, and this is basically domestic violence. Domestic violence, not just when it's a relationship. Domestic violence is when it's against any family member. And so domestic violence charges up because people are stressed, you know, and not to mention what's going on in their own lives. You got 5 beautiful children. They didn't do shit. He didn't have to take their lives. But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a generation now that everything is dealt with through violence. You know, all our music is all about shoot 'em up, bang, 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 bang. Who I kill, who I'm gonna kill, and how you can get killed. And that's affecting a lot of people in everyday life because now people are taking this music that's meant for entertainment and now they're making it a part of real life. But I'm gonna continue to study this story and research this story because, you know, it just happened the other day, so I'm sure there's details that's going to come out along with the other guy who killed the 2 women on IG Live, Uzi Marcus brother, the California rapper's brother. There's more information's coming out about that, so I'm going to let y'all know about that. But, man, we got to do better, black folks. Both of these men all these men, the stories I've done on the last 3 days, this Jerron guy who killed his brother and 5 kids and shot his brother's girlfriend or fiance or wife or whatever. The 17-year-old Crip who killed his whole family minus his 15-year-old brother. And all these situations, these 2 situations, there was always one survivor. And then you have the Zeno guy who shot his fiance. All these domestic violence situations. 3 domestic violence situations. You know, and that's just, you know, they say it happens in 3s. So in 3 days in a row, we've had domestic violence situations against people that were either their family or, in the Zeno case, the woman was his fiance and his brother was the one who was setting them up. All these domestic violence. In the black community, that used to be unheard of. You don't kill your own family. That's the most dishonorable thing you can do. As a matter of fact, black families are designed and built to protect. Like growing up in Chicago, I remember as a little kid, 9, 10, 11, 12, that when we used to get into fights to cousins, I remember we'd come back to the apartments and come back to the park with our whole family and the other people. That's how Chicago rocked because everybody had family. Everybody had family. You don't have no family in Chicago. Damn, that's a bad situation. Because when I was growing up, you know, you learn who not to fuck with in Chicago based on their family members and, you know, how they ride. And now it's totally different. Family members will let their family member get fucked up and won't even go do anything. Won't even protect him. That's not my story, you know. I'm going to protect my family any way I can. Like I said, God, family, and community. That's what it's about. But check out this story, man. It's a sad story. My condolences to all the people involved, you know, and all the family that's alive, and the mother that lost her man and her children, man. She's gonna be no good, man. And then when all these guys wake up in jail the next day, I'm pretty sure they feel miserable. I'm pretty sure they regret anything that happened. And I'm pretty sure all 3 people involved was high or gassed up off of something. I'm telling you, these chemical substances, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do a story on opioid-induced chronic pain. All the things that are happening to people for using drugs and opioids. So I'm gonna do something about that because people don't realize the side effects will basically make you a zombie or numb or just make you not operate normal. And I think this is another case. So more stories gonna come out, more information is gonna come out about this story. But you know, thank you for checking this out. I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I'm gonna keep doing stories that's affecting our community, you know, things that we really need to talk about because we need to get away from this violent culture that we are so accustomed to. But that's it for now. Like and subscribe and continue to support me. Thank you for all those that continue to subscribe to me to make my presence known on YouTube. I got a lot to say and I haven't even begun to brush the top of the topics that I can talk about. So like and subscribe and tune into the next episode. This is Real Talk with Tim McGee.